Welcome back. In this part of our tutorial, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're moving from the purely technical side of things to the legal. You know how to find a jammer, but what are the actual rules of engagement? Let's break down the legal and regulatory landscape that you, as an RF professional, absolutely need to navigate. Okay, before we jump in, I've got to put this front and center. This whole explainer is for educational purposes, and for educational purposes only. It's designed to help you, the professional, mitigate illegal interference, not to create it. I can't stress this enough. Using jamming equipment is strictly prohibited, and trust me, the consequences are severe. Our whole goal here is to give you the knowledge you need to stay on the right side of the law. So you've got the technical skills down pat. You can identify those malicious signals. But you know what? That's really only half the battle. The big question is, what are the legal stakes? Let's take a look at what the law actually says and what the real-world consequences are for anyone who decides to cross that line. Now, when it comes to the legality of radio jamming, the rules are pretty much black and white. There is zero room for interpretation here. Let's dig into the one core principle you have to know. The key word here, the one that changes everything, is deliberate. See, the law isn't concerned with some accidental interference from a faulty microwave or a buzzing transformer. It's focused entirely on the intent to disrupt. And that right there is the crucial distinction between a technical issue you need to troubleshoot and a criminal act you need to report. The law could not be more clear. Without explicit government authorization, jamming is strictly prohibited. And for regular folks, well, that authorization is basically non-existent. We're not talking about a little slap on the wrist for improper use. This is a hard and fast rule with almost no exceptions. So, we've established the rule is super simple. Don't do it. But what happens if somebody breaks that rule? Okay, let's get into the consequences, because this is where things get really serious really fast. When it comes to penalties, violators face a two-pronged attack from the legal system. This isn't some minor thing that gets a simple warning letter. Oh no. The authorities take this very, very seriously. And just look at this. We're talking about both civil and criminal penalties. And both are described as substantial. On the civil side, that means fines that could absolutely end your career. And then there's the criminal side, where you're looking at potential jail time. This isn't just a regulatory issue. It can be a felony. So, what does all this mean for you, the RF professional on the ground? Well, your technical knowledge is your greatest asset, but it comes with a huge responsibility. You absolutely have to know the rules of the road to protect yourself, your clients, and the airwaves. This is exactly why we're so focused on this topic. This knowledge is for defense, not offense. It's all about protecting our airwaves and making sure that legitimate communication services, everything from cell phones to GPS, can operate without being messed with. Your role is to be a guardian of the spectrum. Let's end with this, because it's the most important takeaway. Your expertise is an incredibly powerful tool for protecting our communication systems, but you must always operate within the bounds of the law. Be the solution, not the problem. So here's a final thought for you. What's one thing you can do this week to ensure you're totally up to date on the latest regulations in your area?